One of the people in our audience said, well, I thought that the reason the Supreme Court gave the Obergefell decision was to keep violence from happening. You know, like the militant homosexuals were going to commit acts of violence. I don't think so, not at all. The overwhelming majority of the American people are opposed to homosexual marriage. And they are opposed to businesses being forced to enter into any kind of business contract with homosexuals. So remember, there was either just 1 or 2 states that legitimized so-called same-sex marriage on the books through the ballot process or through elected officials. All the rest of the states, it was judicial fiat. Now, there are words that we need to know. Fiat means that it's just arbitrary. Arbitrary means it's just because I say so, okay? Because I say so. And judicial means judges, okay? The federal judiciary means federal judges. Judicial fiat means a judicial order. We live under a judicial oligarchy. Oligarchy, okay? Oligarchy means many rule. Okay? We have a lot of judges. A monarchy, mono, means one ruler. Okay? We have an oligarchy. Unelected officials, federal judges from the Supreme Court down, who are ramming their godless agenda, their godless vision for America down our throats. And because of the fellowship of the circus, we comply. The fellowship of the circus. I will come back to that later in this. I'll deal with it now. Talking with family members over Christmas, and we discussed, it hit me, that you can walk into any pub, you can walk into any grocery store, you can walk into any car dealership, anywhere in this country, and start talking about sports. And instantly have fellowship, communication, a bond, fellowship. Now you see the fellowship of the ring was when Frodo and the other hobbits and the other people in the fellowship were going to go and try and get the ring and destroy it, okay? Because they knew that the ring was going to empower the bad guys to conquer Middle-earth. Well, the circus, in some ways, is the same thing. It's the seductive thing that keeps us, whatever, yes, I know there's evil going on, but did you see Peyton Manning? The fellowship of the circus. If you think back 200 years, all right, think back 100 years. Fellowship revolved around church, religion, synagogues. It revolved around politics, people wanting things in government different. We barely had radio. So we had newspapers, okay? And so people sell newspapers on the street, and that was the discussion that was going on. What do you call those letters that were being written during the framing of the Constitution? Oh, good grief. It'll come to me. Anyway, pardon me? Yes, the Federalist Papers, the Anti-Federalist Papers. We couldn't even do that today. We literally could not have a debate, a cohesive, intelligent debate. The Federalist or the Anti-Federalist Papers could not happen today because of the fellowship of the circus. Because there's so much going on. And for those of you who don't know the reference I'm making, it was one of the Caesars said that the way you keep the populace suppressed and keep them from rising up is to give them bread and circuses, okay? So we have bread and circuses. We have cheap food. Now our food is coming from China. The dollar menu still somehow survives at McDonald's. So we've got cheap food, and man, have we got circuses. I went to Costco before Christmas. I was so tempted. I wanted one. Massive flat screen TVs, HD, 4K TVs for $1,000. These were $10,000 just a few years ago. You could buy a really nice small flat screen TV for pennies on the dollar what it used to be. The circuses have overwhelmed us and keep us, and then you can walk into any place and talk about sports or rock and roll or the latest pop singers or whatever. And so the fellowship of the circus keeps us duped and drugged, helps keep the oligarchy in power, and helps keep us suppressed. If we're going to get the country back, we got to break free from the fellowship of the circus and utilize something that Donald Trump is giving us right now. Stay with me and I'll tell you what it is.